Oh my god. Is it a structure? Hey everyone, how's it going? Unlike normal command creations, I'll be voicing over this one instead of the usual music, as there is a lot to talk about, but I'll try my best to keep you entertained. Don't worry. Today's command, as teased on Twitter, is more structures in 2 commands. The system in this command, as far as I am aware, is revolutionary and has not been done before. I had to use structure blocks, as the clone command in this scenario would not work, and I didn't want to have a download, as that would defeat the whole point of using command block creation, and you may as well just get a mod. I will show you the benefits and how I achieved this, but first I will show you how to install the command. Okay everyone, so I'm in my Minecraft worlds here. I'm going to create a brand new world, so you don't think they're fake or anything. I'm going to call it, I don't know, structures. That'll do. Make sure it's, well, I'd recommend going creative to set it up, and then you can always go into survival and play afterwards. If you do want to go in survival straight away, you need to at least make sure cheats are enabled. I'm going to keep it a default world. It works best in normal worlds, but it works with any others really. So generate structures, this doesn't affect my structures, but if you want the normal structure you can do that. Bones chest doesn't matter. So then it's going to create generate world. And you can see our world's now loaded. It's just a brand new normal world. If you want to copy the seed, that's that. But anyway, so to get the machine installed, what you're going to have to do is do /give @p COMM, press tab, it'll come up with that, just press done. You should get yourself a command block here. You don't need to know how these works, just follow the steps here. So then you'll need to go into my website in the description below, and it'll have 6 commands on there because this is a 2 command creation, 2 for each version, as I create all my commands for 1.10 to 1.12, and if 1.13 or newer versions come out, I would have updated it to that as well. But I'm going to copy the part 1 first of the 1.12 because I'm using that version. Then you want to open your command block, go into your console command, and then use whatever your computer uses to paste. So I'm using Windows, so I'm going to do Control and then V. If it's Mac, I think it's Command plus V. I don't know, you can always search on the internet whatever you have and you can sort that out. So then you don't want to change any of these 2 buttons, but you want to change this one which says needs redstone. You want to click that and it should say always active. Then just click done and your game will freeze for a second, and then you'll have part of the structure installed. It'll look a bit weird because that's only half the command installed. So you don't break this yet. Before you break that, you just want to place a second command anywhere. It really doesn't matter, but I'm just going to place it here. I'm going to open that, and then I'm going to go back to my website and copy the second part of this command. Make sure you copy the same part 2 of the version you're using, so I'm going to copy part 2 of 1.12. Then I'm just going to do what I did before. I'm going to paste this one in. This one is different than the other one. But then you want to click needs redstone to always active, and then done again. And as you can see, everything is now set up. So first of all, before you can see, we've got a main machine. These are where all the commands are. And then you can also see previews of each structure this adds. So this command creation is more like a base. So as you can see here, it's got add-ons. So it says paste your add-on below, and then you can just paste an add-on in here. And it says click to learn more about add-ons. You can read that if you want, but basically it's going to repeat what it says. So I haven't currently got any add-ons, but if you want me to and you enjoy this, I'm going to create more add-ons. You can have more structures. I'm also thinking of creating a way where you can create your own structures. Well, I think that'd be really cool, and customize where they spawn, what dimension, what loot they have, etc. But for now, this is more like a base, so you can look through all of the stats of each one. This one's called Cross, for example. The higher number the rarity is, the more rare it is. So this one's quite common. This one's not common but not rare. It's kind of in the middle. This one's rare, as you can see. I'm not going to read them all out, but you can have a look. And some of them also have loot, as you can see. It tells you what loot they have. But the command will not function completely yet. This is because it has a activate and deactivate lever, and as you can see, if you right click the sign, it'll say put the lever down to disable or up to enable. As you can see, by default it's down. So the machine is not currently activated. So I'm going to quickly go through a couple of other signs before I activate it. So here we also have info. It's just basically telling you the basic information, a link to my channel, etc. So you don't need to worry about that either. Here, this command doesn't do anything. Reload, I'll talk about this in a second. We've done the add-ons. And then you also got your destroy command down here if you want to remove it. So now that's all the signs, apart from reload. I'll do that in a second. I'm ready to activate, so I'll click the switch. You'll have a lot of information out. it'll say machine activated, as every time you activate the machine it will turn on. For example, say I deactivate it again, so structures won't spawn, but I re-enable it, it'll say machine activated, attempting to load structures, loaded structures. So basically what it originally does is it creates a thing. Don't worry about when it says an error, it says could not find armor stand. Straight away it'll say issue fixed. This is because I have a system where, for example, say I killed every single entity in my world, I'm not going to do it, but it'll kill the armor stand which this creation needs. So to fix that, I just added a system where if it loses the armor stand, it will recreate it. So that's what that is, because when you first install the machine, obviously you won't have the armor stand, so that's why it does that. And then it says loaded structures. As you can see, when you reload it, reloads the structures again. That's also what this reload sign here does. So if I quickly clear my chat so it's new, and I click that, it'll say attempting to load structures, loaded structures. So once I activate my thing, you'll also see there's a chest here. If I just break this, I don't want to mess up everything. There's also barriers blocking this, by the way. But if I open the chest, it'll straight away close, but you'll be able to quickly see sometimes. I guess you can't this time. But if I copy it, you'll see that every time it has different loot. So it's randomly generating loot. There's also one more which generates loot. There's this one down here. So I don't want to completely break the machine, but it won't mess anything up. But as you can see, if I open this and close this, I just control and then pick blocked on it. That's how I'm still keeping the loot. But this one has also random loot. It's a bit different than the other one. This one's more apples and golden apples. But yeah, that's the random loot. So quickly get rid of these. So yeah, that's basically the list of structures. I'll show you spawning in the world in a second. But basically the point of this reload thing is the way this system works. It basically, because you don't have to download them, it saves them to the disk with command blocks. And what this means is if you check your structure box folder, you won't see anything in there because it kind of temporarily saves them. So every time you reload your world, they'll actually disappear, which is why it has, if I reload my game, it'll automatically reload. So as you can see, it's aware, I guess, so it reloads the structures for you, so you don't have to worry about anything glitching. But in case you want anything's not going right, or you just generally want to reload the structures, because in theory you could change these structures yourself, although I'm going to add a way to make your own. You could change these base ones, just bearing in mind that these two spawn underground. All the others you should be fine with, but some of them also have structure voids. You don't have to worry about any of that. I'm just saying, if anyone knows what they're doing and you want to change them, just once you change it, say I wanted to break this block there you go, broke that, and then I'll just reload, and then this new structure I've edited will be in the world, otherwise it won't automatically update. That's what that's for. So I think that's covered all of the signs. Now I think we are ready to look around in the world for some structures. Okay everyone, so I think it's time to start exploring and see what of these structures we can find. So let's start off with the overworld ones, which are these 4 ones below. So yeah, let's just have a look around and see what we can find. Already I can see one over here. Is there anything else? Well, to begin with, there's one here. Oh, sheep seems to have got in the way, but as you can see, it just placed some. These are probably the common one. They're pretty much everywhere. It's just wood, so it doesn't really matter that it's rare. I mean, often. Sorry. But anyway, let's see what else we can find. Here's another look there. No new additions yet. Oh, here we go. There's another log. Another one. As you can see, I wasn't lying when I said they're a lot more common than the others, but the others aren't too rare. It just depends what biome you're in. Oh, as you can see, there's a structure here. You can see this is the well. It summons the structure twice, so it gives the impression that it's deeper. Well, it is deeper, it's not just an impression. But there's also a mob with this one. This one has a diamond sword, it has normal leather armor, I think it has double normal zombies health, has a terrifying face. Anyway, it also, when you're around it, it gives you hunger and slowness 4, so I recommend shooting it from above instead of just jumping down, otherwise you can't really escape very fast. Not really to go, and it doesn't take knockback either, so you can't really punch it away either. But this one also has loot, so That was pretty bad loot, to be honest, but oh well. Get it? It's called the well. Anyway, time to continue on our quest. As you can see, there's another one right here. So that's pretty exciting, I guess. That's a rare structure, so quite lucky to have two in the same place. Another log. Still no house. Oh, here's another structure we haven't seen yet. Here, this is called Stonehenge. It's a bit pointless, but you know, decorational purposes, it just gives some nice aesthetics, I guess. I'm not even going to bother mentioning when I see some logs anymore, because I don't think anyone really cares anymore. Okay, it just rendered in, that's good. I almost missed it because it didn't render in time. He seems to be walking in the house, but anyway, you can use this for materials. And it's got decent loot, unlike the well. But yeah, I won't take all of that. But yeah, time to move on to another structure. So if I just quickly place a nether portal. Alright, so here we are in the nether. I'll clear my inventory now, we don't need. Let's have a look around. So there's two structures in this one. If you didn't have a look at them earlier when we're at the machine, one's called the cross. This spawns underground. It has an X marks the spot, so if you dig underneath that you'll find some quartz, and it also has a nether skull under there if you're trying to farm for wither skulls. There's also another one called Netherhenge, which is a bit of a rip-off of the Stonehenge one. However, oh, here's a cross. However, that one actually does have loot, unlike Stonehenge does. So as you can see, it has an X marks the spot. If I'm just to dig underneath it, I'll go in F3 so you can see the structure. As you can see, big vein of quartz and a little podium. So that this time it happened to spawn underneath the world, but normally it spawned in the ground, and if it was under the ground it would, you know, be like normal, you know, like that. Whereas this time it was actually exposed, but that doesn't work, because either way you can get your loot. Now let's try find Netherhenge. Okay, that rendered in a bit late, I guess, but it has a little podium thing, as you can see, like the other one. If I open that, it has some loot. It's the same as loot as you get in a Nether Fortress. So all you Minecraft experts at survival, never really played much survival, so I'm a bit of a noob, but all the people who know all their loot, then it's the same loot. So yeah, now we've done that, I think it's safe to move on to the end dimension. There's only one in this one, but I'll quickly just set up end portal below me, because I can't be able to find a stronghold. But if I just fly around here, we'll probably see some. They also spawn after you defeat the Ender Dragon. You go into those, you know, those different islands. They spawn in those as well. But I'm just going to look around in this one, because hopefully we should find one. Oh, there's one over there. It's a bit of a basic structure, not too interesting. You can go here once you kill the Ender Dragon, go to the other dimension, and you could probably farm them for the Ender chests, because as you can see, they give off Ender chests. So, and it also has End rods, so if you really want them, you don't even have to kill the Ender Dragon to go to the End cities. You can try to be lucky and find some here. Anyway, that was this command, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it. This took an awful long time to make. As I said, I believe it's revolutionary. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen anyone else use this saving to disk function before. I don't think it's too well known about either, because when I was researching into how I could do it without people downloading structure blocks, everyone just responded saying it was impossible. But nevertheless, I found this eventually, how this system. So if you want to destroy the machine, just right click that, everything will go. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, be sure to follow my Twitter at itsbluecommander with a CMDR instead of commander. Make sure to leave a comment to be featured in next time's featured comments. Check out my website because it's quite cool. Anyway, bye.